Hey guys, welcome to Comic Book Corner, and we are getting ready to do another comic book review. This one is from DC, and what Spider Slayer has for you today is Suicide Squad issue number 7. That's right. Figured I'd get a close up on this picture here for you. Um, this story has been pretty awesome. Harley Quinn, the origin, and basically Harley has been in search and is infatuated with the Joker, and basically has been in search for his face that's been peeled off of him or scraped off of him way back from Detective Comics in issue number 1. And she'll do anything to get back with the Joker in some way, shape, or form. And you can see that in this cover here, as she has the Joker's face right here on Deadshot. This was a pretty good issue for me. Suicide Squad overall as a book is a fun book to read. People just drop left and right like flies in this book. It's unpredictable. I love it. It's written by Adam Glass. The pencils are done by Clayton Henry. Again, just a great book. Just a fun read. Not too much. You just can't look too much into it. I liked it. It's a fun story. But just to show you a little bit of the art in here, this is one of the first pages right here. We can see Deadshot going into the police precinct, trying to stop Harley Quinn, and they're just unloading on the police officers. So it's pretty good. The art has been solid since the start of this book. The next thing we're going to see here is we're going to see Harley Quinn as she goes to her boss, who's been pretty much taking all her research and making it into a book. And Harley Quinn at this point here has confessed to her boss that she had a crush on Joker. And, her boss was giving her a hard time, and she found out that she was copying her research, and she kind of went off on her boss. And this started the whole turn of events for Harley Quinn. And then here's another page real quick as we see the Joker just pretty much waiting for Harley to come through the door and just, take him away and have her, have the Joker free. And you can see there at the bottom he says "gone fishing," and yeah, I mean, the way the Joker is drawn and the way his personality is, it fits the book, and I think Harley Quinn's personality is nice in here. And I know people had issues with the way she was drawn in the past, but she looks good. I think she looks good in this series. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. But this is a fun book. I mean, basically here, it's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to show you some spoilers. But in the beginning of this book here, we can see that the group is just trying to do anything to stop the police, from getting in, trying to take care of the situation. And we have the two newest members of the Suicide Squad called Limelight, creating this image for King Shark, making sure, pretending that he's this like Clayface and trying to stop all the cops. But meanwhile, we have Savant and Deadshot just trying to go after Harley Quinn to try to stop her from doing anything that she is trying to do by getting the face or whatever, because she's gone AWOL, and that's what's happened. And you know, you can see her. She's just standing there right in front of the face, just watching it. I mean, took out a guard to get to it. And, and we go back to the backstories about how her boss, again, took her research, and basically Quinn, over time, after studying the Joker, she's fallen in love with him and is infatuated with him. And, with her boss stealing her research, it just set her over the edge. And she was just about to, I don't know, do some damage to her boss, but when the guard came in, but the next thing we see Harley coming in, and she basically takes, the Joker out of Arkham City and releases him. And then we flash forward back to the present, and we can see Savant is basically trying to stop Harley, and she could be taken by, they want her alive, but if she's dead, oh well. And Savant's kind of successful, but Harley tricks him in getting into some kind of cell and into a pressure lock that he can't be released. Next thing we see is Limelight. They have their issues here and trying to hold off the police. And let's just say that something bad happens to one of them. I'm not going to say what happens. I don't want to spoil the whole book for you, but it's pretty bad. And the picture that is shown at the bottom of the panel is just awesome. It's really, really cool of what happens to this girl. But as the book goes forward, we can now see that Deadshot is trying to get Harley. And as Deadshot is coming closer, we have a flashback here of how our once normal doctor basically becomes Harley Quinn. And it's basically the same way the Joker has. She's been tossed into some pool of acid, which I kind of think is like kind of weird, because it's like she gets thrown into this crazy acid stuff, and she's like, no, I don't want to fall. And you see her hand falling out here. And next thing we know is that, she comes out of this acid pit, and she's like, her hair is different colors, her clothes are all ripped, and she's basically in her underwear and her bra here. And, her clothes are all torn off, but her underwear and bra is fine. And it's just like, oh, hey, let's go make love in the acid tank here. And it's just like all of a sudden her whole attitude changed. I didn't know how it was just like it changed that way. So I'm not too crazy about that actual part on how, like, oh, I got thrown in a pit of acid. Oh, hey, you released me. I'm great to see you. No, let's kiss and have sex. So I wasn't too keen on that whole scene. But the next part was good, because she basically takes Deadshot and holds him hostage, ties him up. She gets the face that you see here. You get the face, and then the next thing we see is that it's kind of sick. She puts it on Deadshot, and she's pretending that it's the Joker, and she's trying to have a conversation with his face and pretending that Deadshot's the Joker. And you can see that she kind of straddles him on the chair, and she's right here, kissing him. And we see that Deadshot gets this secret weapon out from his boot. And the next thing we see is she has this evil looking face. And the next thing we see is that kaplow, she gets shot in the gut. I didn't show you the final panel there, but what happens after that, I'm not sure. What can I say? This book is unpredictable. Does Harley Quinn live? Dude, she has to. She is like a major character in this universe. There's no way she's going to die. She got shot. I don't know if she's... Well, I know what happens, but if she dies or if she doesn't die, whatever. She can't die regardless of the situation. She's just too much of a major character in this book for her to go and into the DC universe. If they killed her off, a huge mistake in my part. Huge mistake. What happened to the other characters? Well, you can probably figure it out, but you know, people have been just dropping like flies and replacing characters and things like that. And that's what's so good about this book. So overall, I'm going to give Suicide Squad issue number 7. I'm going to give it a 3.5, maybe 4 stars out of 5. I liked everything about it except for the actual part that Harley becomes Harley Quinn. Joker pushes her in a thing of acid. She falls in. She comes out half naked. Oh, look, I love you, and we're going to make love now. What? I didn't agree with that. I just thought it would be better. I like her, you know, her mental state as she was researching Joker and falling in love with him. I like that part, but the actual part where how her skin changes and everything, that's just crazy. But anyway, 3.5, 4 stars out of 5. Overall book at this point, this is one of the few books that I will continue reading for DC. This one has been consistently good. It's actually, for me, been getting better. I started off with collecting almost every DC 52 title because I did not follow DC all that much when I was younger, and I decided to jump on now when they started everything over. But now, as the dust has settled, the newness has worn off, story arcs are starting to come to close, and new ones are starting. I'm starting to whittle down some titles, and it's getting lower and lower and lower. The quality has been getting less and less. But Suicide Squad is definitely one of those books I'm holding on to. So if you guys are interested, pick it up. Not a bad read. It's been solid all the way through. So that is it for Suicide Squad, and that is it for me on this review. You guys leave your comments below. Subscribe if you like to. And thank you for watching as always. And this is Spider Slayer from Comic Book Corner signing off. And guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Take care, everyone.